king breaks traditional rules by refusing to marry his wife's sister. In the land of the Thunder Dragon, where ancient customs and traditions are woven into the very fabric of society, the actions of the royal family have always been a source of both reverence and intrigue. Bhutan, nestled in the Himalayas and known for its unique approach to governance, prioritizing gross national happiness over gross domestic product, has long been a nation where tradition holds sway over many aspects of life. But recently, Bhutan's young and dynamic monarch, King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck, made headlines by breaking with a centuries-old tradition, sparking widespread discussion both within the kingdom and beyond. Bhutan is a country where the past is very much alive in the present. The monarchy, firmly rooted in Buddhist principles, has historically played a central role in upholding the traditions and cultural values of the nation. Among these traditions is the practice of polygamy, particularly among the royalty. In Bhutanese history, it was not uncommon for a king to marry multiple sisters, a practice believed to strengthen familial ties and ensure unity within the royal household. This tradition was exemplified by King Jigme Khesar Wangchuck, the current king's father, who married 4 sisters. These 4 queens, known as the Queen Mothers, were widely respected and played significant roles in the country's social and cultural life. The practice, while deeply rooted in Bhutanese culture, has always been viewed through a lens of duty and responsibility, rather than personal desire. King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck, who ascended the throne in 2006 at the age of 26, has been affectionately known as the People's King. His reign has been marked by a series of progressive moves, including the peaceful transition to a constitutional monarchy and a continued emphasis on the well-being of his people. Educated at prestigious institutions in the United States and the United Kingdom, King Jigme Khesar is a modern leader who deeply respects his country's heritage while also being open to change. In 2011, the king married Jetsun Pema, a commoner whose grace and intelligence captivated the nation. Their marriage was celebrated as a love match, a rare occurrence in royal unions, which are often arranged for political or dynastic reasons. The young queen quickly won the hearts of the Bhutanese people, and the couple's genuine affection for one another was evident in their public appearances. Given the precedent set by his father, many assumed that King Jigme Khesar might eventually take multiple wives, possibly including Jetsun Pema's younger sister, as was customary. However, the king made a bold and unprecedented decision. He publicly declared that he would have only one wife, Queen Jetsun Pema. This decision was not just a personal one, it was a significant departure from royal tradition. By refusing to marry his wife's sister or take additional wives, King Jigme Khesar was signaling a shift in the role of the monarchy in modern Bhutan. His choice was seen as a commitment to the values of monogamy, equality, and respect for his wife's individuality, values that resonate strongly with the younger generation of Bhutanese citizens. The king's decision was met with widespread approval, particularly among the younger population and women, who saw it as a progressive step forward. Social media in Bhutan, which is relatively new but rapidly growing, was abuzz with praise for the king's decision. Many viewed it as a reflection of the changing times and the evolving role of women in Bhutanese society. However, not everyone was immediately supportive. Some traditionalists expressed concern that the king's decision could undermine the cultural practices that have long been a part of Bhutan's royal heritage. The practice of marrying sisters was seen as a way to maintain harmony within the royal family and to ensure that power and influence remained concentrated within a single household. Yet, as the dust settled, it became clear that the king's decision was more than just a break with tradition, it was a reaffirmation of the values he holds dear. By choosing to marry for love and to remain committed to one woman, King Jigme Khesar was setting an example for his people, a modern monarch who respects tradition but is not bound by it. The impact of the king's decision has been profound. In a country where the monarchy is still revered and its actions closely followed, King Jigme Khesar's stance on marriage has sparked a broader conversation about the role of women in society, the importance of individual choice, and the need to balance tradition with modernity. His decision has also had a ripple effect on the perception of marriage and relationships in Bhutan. While polygamy is still legal in Bhutan, it is increasingly seen as a practice of the past, with monogamous marriages becoming the norm, particularly among the younger generation. The king's example has inspired many to view marriage as a partnership of equals, based on mutual respect and love, rather than as a social obligation. King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck's decision to break with tradition and remain committed to one wife is more than just a personal choice, it is a reflection of his vision for the future of Bhutan. A future where the monarchy continues to evolve, where tradition is respected but not unchangeable, and where the well-being of the people remains the highest priority. As Bhutan continues to navigate the challenges of modernization while preserving its cultural heritage, the leadership of King Jigme Khesar will undoubtedly play a crucial role. His willingness to embrace change while remaining deeply connected to his people's values makes him not just a king, but a leader for the future. In a world where monarchies are often seen as relics of the past, King Jigme Khesar's actions remind us that even the oldest institutions can adapt and thrive in the modern era. His decision to marry for love, and to honor that love above all else, is not just a break with tradition, it is a bold step forward for Bhutan, and a powerful statement about the kind of leader he is, and the kind of future he envisions for his kingdom.